Hey, you ever feel that? That weird silence, like a wall between you and someone you once cared about? Like they're out there, living life, smiling, posting, acting like you never mattered, like they've moved on without a second thought. But here's the truth. That silence, it's not what it seems. Behind the smile, behind the "I'm fine," behind every post, every cold glance, every ignored message, there's something she's not saying. She misses you. More than she's willing to admit, more than her pride will ever let her show. But pride's funny like that. It makes people act tougher than they feel. Makes them think silence is some kind of victory. And that's where most people get stuck. Chasing, doubting, questioning their own worth. But not you. Today, we're flipping the script. We're breaking down that silence, uncovering what's really going on in her mind. And most importantly, I'll show you why stepping back and reclaiming your power is the best move you can make. So take a breath, stay with me. This is about to change everything. All right, if you're ready, let's dive in. Number 1. Her silence isn't strength. It's suppression. You might think her silence isn't strength, it's suppression. See, people love to act like they're unbothered, like they've mastered this calm, collected energy, but that's not always true. Sometimes what looks like strength is just someone holding their breath, stuffing their feelings down, pretending they don't care when they actually do. Imagine this. You're feeding a stray dog. Every day you show up with food, kindness, and care. At first, that dog is grateful, tail wagging, eyes bright, but after a while it barely acknowledges you. It gets comfortable, starts acting distant, almost like you don't matter anymore. Then one day, it just walks away. But here's the thing. What happens when you stop showing up? When the food disappears? When the kindness fades? That same dog, the one that ignored you, suddenly starts searching. It feels the emptiness, the hunger, the loss. People are no different. When she believed she had unlimited access to you, when you were always there, always reaching out, always showing up, she stopped valuing it. Not because she didn't care, but because she thought she didn't have to. But the moment you pull back, the moment you stop checking in, stop responding, stop feeding that connection, that's when she starts to feel it. That emptiness, that ache, that's her realizing what she lost. But here's where pride kicks in. Instead of admitting it, she plays it cool. She acts cold and distant, pretends she's fine, posts like she's glowing, like life couldn't be better without you. But that's not strength. That's fear. Fear of being vulnerable. Fear of admitting that your absence, it's hitting harder than she's willing to admit. Because if she truly didn't care, she wouldn't have to prove it. Number 2. You're still on her mind, even if she denies it. Even if she's acting like you don't exist, even if she's posting like she's living her best life, even if she's out there smiling and pretending she's over it, you're still on her mind. Because no matter how hard she tries to bury it, there are moments, quiet, unexpected moments, where you slip back in. Maybe she's driving home and a song comes on that reminds her of you. Maybe she's scrolling through old photos and pauses just a little longer when she sees your face. Maybe she's standing in line at a coffee shop and hears someone laugh, and for a second she swears it sounds like yours. She'll shake it off, of course. She'll tell herself, it's nothing, just a random thought. But deep down, she knows better. Because memories have a funny way of creeping in, especially the good ones. The way you made her feel safe. The way you listened when she needed to vent. The way you brought her calm in the middle of her chaos. And that's hard to forget. But here's the kicker. her pride won't let her say a word. Because reaching out, that would mean admitting she misses you, admitting she was wrong, admitting she let go of something valuable. And for some people, their ego is more important than their peace. So instead of texting you, instead of saying, "Hey, I've been thinking about you," she just sits there, stuck in her own mind. Meanwhile, you're free. You're not begging. You're not checking your phone every 5 minutes, wondering if she's coming back. You're out there living, growing, thriving, moving forward like the legend you are. And that's what's going to haunt her the most. Not just the memories, not just the silence, but the fact that while she's still wrestling with her pride, you're out there proving you never needed her to find your peace. Number 3. She's watching, even if she pretends she isn't. And even though she's acting like you don't exist, even though she's staying quiet, pretending she's moved on, trust me, she's watching. She won't like your posts, she won't comment, she won't text. But that doesn't mean she's not there, because she is. She's scrolling through your stories, checking your updates, quietly lurking in the background. Her pride won't let her engage, but her curiosity, that's another story. Because she needs to know. She needs to know if you're still thinking about her, if you're still hurting, if you're still stuck in the place where she left you. But what's really eating at her, what's driving her to keep checking, is the fear that you're doing better without her, that you're smiling more, laughing more, building a life she's no longer a part of. It's like she's standing behind a one-way mirror. You can't see her, but she can see you. And every time she scrolls past your face, pretending she doesn't care, it's her pride fighting a battle her heart already lost. Because deep down she's wondering, is he happier? Is he moving on? Does he even think about me anymore? And when she sees the answer, when she realizes you're out there living, thriving, glowing without her, that's when it hits her. That's when regret starts to settle in. Because the truth is, it's never the person who leaves that moves on the fastest. It's the one who learns how to live without the person they thought they couldn't. And right now, that's you. Number 4. Her ego won't let her break first. And even though she's watching, even though you're still on her mind, her ego won't let her break first. She wants to reach out, badly. She's stared at her phone more times than she'll ever admit. She's typed out a message, deleted it, typed it again, then sat there, frozen, fingers hovering over send, heart racing, mind spinning. But in the end, she talks herself out of it. What if he doesn't respond? What if he's moved on? What if he's happier without me? And so instead of facing those questions, she puts her phone down and tells herself to wait. Maybe if I just hold out a little longer, maybe if I stay quiet, maybe he'll reach out first. Every second she hesitates, she's losing her chance. Because while she's stuck overthinking, you're out there healing. While she's holding back, you're learning how to move forward. And the longer she waits, the harder it becomes. Not just because pride makes her stubborn, but because deep down, she's scared. Scared that reaching out means surrendering control. Scared that sending that message means admitting she misses you, admitting she was wrong, admitting she lost something valuable. Because for her, pride feels safer than vulnerability. But what she doesn't realize is this: by choosing pride over peace, she's not just protecting her ego, she's letting you slip further away. And one day, when she finally finds the courage to send that message, she might discover that the person she's been waiting for isn't waiting anymore. Before we dive into part number 5, we'd like to take a moment to thank you for staying with us halfway through this video journey. In every moment, we can learn and grow. And the fact that you are here listening and reflecting with us is a tremendous gift that I cherish every minute. To help us spread these valuable lessons to even more people, please hit the like and share buttons for this video. Each share is a small but meaningful act, much like the timeless lessons Stoicism offers. Let's continue exploring and embracing these everlasting pieces of wisdom together. Once again, thank you for your continued support. Number 5. She thought she had time, but she was wrong. And that's the thing. She thought she had time. She kept telling herself, I'll reach out when I'm ready, when I've had time to think, when I know exactly what to say. But what she didn't realize is that time doesn't wait for pride to soften. Life doesn't stand still just because she's too unsure or too stubborn to take that first step. While she was sitting there, replaying conversations in her head, you were out there evolving. While she was stuck in her own thoughts, convincing herself there was no rush, you were moving forward. At first, you waited. Maybe you hoped she'd come around. Maybe you kept checking your phone, wondering if today would be the day she'd swallow her pride and reach out. But eventually, you stopped. You stopped wondering, stopped hoping, stopped holding space for someone who wasn't holding space for you. Instead, you focused on yourself, your growth, your goals, your peace. And without even realizing it, you outgrew the version of yourself that once believed she was essential to your happiness. And now you're not in the same place she left you. But here's what's tragic. She doesn't know that yet. She still believes that whenever she's ready, she can just pick up her phone, send a message, and you'll still be there. Waiting, willing, ready to let her back in. But what she doesn't see, what she won't realize until it's too late, is that the door she thought she could walk back through, it's closed. Not because you're angry, not because you're bitter, but because you finally learned what she couldn't see, that your life doesn't stop just because someone else's pride is holding them back. And one day, maybe late at night when her thoughts get too loud, maybe in a quiet moment when she realizes just how much you meant, she'll pick up her phone, type out that message and hit send. But by then, it won't even matter, because the person she's hoping to reconnect with, he's already moved on. Number 6. Distractions can't erase feelings. And when the silence gets too loud, she'll try to outrun it. She'll keep busy, filling her schedule with new people, new routines, new distractions, anything to avoid sitting with her thoughts. She'll dive into work, say yes to plans she doesn't even care about, surround herself with noise just to escape what's been lingering in the back of her mind, you. At first it works. The busyness numbs the feelings. She convinces herself she's fine, that she's moved on, that what you had doesn't affect her anymore. But here's what she doesn't realize. Feelings don't just disappear because you ignore them. They don't vanish just because you're distracted. Instead, they build. They simmer beneath the surface. And when the noise finally dies down, when she's home alone, staring at the ceiling with nothing left to keep her occupied, that's when it hits her. That's when her mind drifts back to you, to the moments she took for granted, to the way you cared, to the comfort she felt when you were around. The regret creeps in, and suddenly the silence she tried so hard to avoid becomes deafening. Because no matter how many new faces she surrounds herself with, no matter how fast she tries to run, there's one truth she can't escape. She's not over you. And all those feelings she tried to bury, They've been growing stronger this whole time, like a fire she thought she could outrun. But now it's burning brighter than ever, and she's the one left standing in the smoke. Number 7. Seeing you happy without her hurts the most. Here's what stings the most: seeing you happy without her. See, she expected you to be stuck. She thought you'd be sitting there, replaying memories, second-guessing everything, waiting for her to come back. She assumed you'd spend your nights scrolling through old conversations, wondering what went wrong, hoping she'd finally reach out. But instead, you're glowing. You're out there smiling, thriving, building a life she no longer fits into. And that's what breaks her. Because in her mind, you weren't supposed to move on this fast. She thought she had time to figure things out, time to test the waters, time to decide if she even wanted to come back. But while she was stuck in her pride, you were out there leveling up. You weren't waiting. You were working on yourself, your goals, your peace, and now you're stronger, wiser, happier. And she can see it. Maybe she catches a glimpse of you smiling in a photo. A real smile, the kind that doesn't fake happiness. Maybe she hears from mutual friends that you've been doing well, better than ever actually. Or maybe she stumbles across your posts, and there you are, glowing, laughing, surrounded by people who genuinely bring you joy. And that's when it hits her hard, because deep down, she thought you needed her. She believed she had a place in your world that couldn't be filled. But now she's realizing you've built something even better without her. And that's the part she wasn't prepared for. Not just that you moved on, but that you moved on happily. Because nothing hurts more than realizing the person you thought couldn't forget you finally did. Number 8. She wants to reach out, but fear holds her back. And now she's stuck between pride and fear, wanting to reach out, but too scared to take that step. She's thought about it more times than she can count. She's picked up her phone, stared at your name, even typed out a message, pouring her feelings into those unsent words. Hell, I was just thinking about you. I know it's been a while, but I miss you. I'm sorry. Can we talk? But every time, her fingers hover over send, and fear takes over. Because what if you don't reply? What if you read her message and say nothing? Or worse, what if you answer, but you're distant, cold, like she's just another memory you've moved past? And that fear, it paralyzes her. So instead of risking rejection, she convinces herself that silence is safer, that if she doesn't reach out, she can still hold on to the idea that maybe things could still work out. But the truth? Every second she waits, she's losing her chance. Because while she's sitting there, battling her pride, overthinking every word, you're moving further away. You're building a life where she's no longer part of the picture. And one day when the weight of regret becomes too heavy, she'll break. She'll send that message. She'll admit she misses you. She'll try to find her way back. But by then, you won't even need to respond. Not because you're bitter. Not because you're trying to hurt her, but because by the time she gathers the courage to speak, you've already found your peace in her silence. Number 9. By the time she regrets it, you'll be gone. And by the time she realizes what she lost, you'll be gone. See, she thought she had control. She believed she could take her time, that no matter how long she waited, you'd still be there, stuck in place, holding on to what once was. She told herself, I'll reach out when I'm ready, when things feel right, when I know what to say. But what she didn't see, what her pride blinded her from, was that while she was hesitating, you were healing. While she was stuck in her own thoughts, convincing herself there was no urgency, you were out there rebuilding. At first, maybe you hoped she'd come around. Maybe part of you waited, checked your phone, replayed memories. But somewhere along the way, you let go. You started pouring your energy into yourself, your growth, your peace, your future. And now you're stronger, wiser, happier, and the life you've created? It doesn't include her. But she doesn't know that yet. In her mind, she still believes there's a way back, that whenever she's ready, she can just show up, say a few words, and everything will go back to how it was. But one day, when she finally sends that message, when she swallows her pride and reaches out, she'll be met with silence. Or maybe she'll hear from someone else that you've moved on, that your world kept spinning without her in it. And that's when it'll hit her. The door she thought she could walk back through, it's locked. The life she assumed she'd always have a place in, it's gone. So let her sit in her pride. Let her wrestle with the regret. Let her feel the weight of what she let slip away. Because you're already too far ahead to look back. You don't need to chase, you don't need to wait, and you don't need to wonder what if. Because her silence, that was your answer. While she was lost in pride, you found your strength. While she was stalling, you were growing. And now you're walking a path she no longer belongs to. Let her feel the regret. Let her sit with the weight of what she lost. Because the truth is, some people only realize your value when they no longer have access to it. But you're done looking back. Your peace isn't tied to her. Your happiness isn't waiting on her return. And your worth? It was never defined by her presence, only by your decision to move forward. So keep glowing, keep thriving, keep building a life so full, so rich, so beautiful, that when she finally looks your way, she won't just regret losing you. She'll realize she never even knew the best version of you at all. Thanks for being with Stoic Heart on this journey today. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts or suggestions for future topics, so drop a comment below. See you in the next video.